Hey everybody, what's up? Ultima VII The Black Gate was released on April 16th, 1992, and I want to do this video for two reasons. One, to say happy 25th anniversary Ultima VII, and two, I want to talk about the series and the game a little bit. I'm not going to go too deep into anything. I will give Ultima VII a proper review later this year. I have to catch up on some stuff, but I still wanted to make this video because this is an important anniversary for an important game in an important series. That's a lot of importance, right? Well, this deserves it. Some of you may not know this, but Ultima has been around for a long time. The first game in the series came out in 1981. That's right, 1981. The series is 36 years old. It's older than me, and it's older than a lot of you watching. I am 24 years old. Now, few series in video games can call themselves pioneers or innovators or a legendary series, and Ultima fits those titles very well. The first three Ultima games had a medieval/science fiction world where you can swing swords and shoot, I believe, a ray gun or laser gun or something like that, and you can time travel and go into outer space. It was really some crazy stuff, especially for the early 80s. Then in 1985, Richard Garriott, the mastermind behind Ultima, and his company Origin Systems released Ultima IV: Quest of the Avatar. And this is a turning point in the series. This is where the series starts having a steady plot, and in Ultima IV, it's about your character trying to understand the 8 virtues, and the 8 virtues are honesty, compassion, valor, justice, honor, sacrifice, spirituality, and humility. And every little action you take affects your standings with one of the virtues, and it's a very interesting mechanic. The game is aware of you, it's aware of your actions. And in case you didn't know, Ultima influenced a lot of games. Name some of your favorite RPGs, and the game itself or the developers were probably influenced by Ultima. Not only that, it had a major impact on the genre itself, which is hard to do for any series. And not only that, it influenced some other types of games too, like JRPGs. For example, Dragon Quest. Some of the things in that, like the party system I believe, was influenced by Ultima. Alright, let's fast forward to Ultima VII. That is what this video is about. Ultima VII is about your character, the Avatar, fighting the Guardian, that is the antagonist, and I'm not going to spoil much because this is just a simple celebration video, nothing too deep. I'm not going to explain much, but Ultima VII is often referred to by many fans of the series and many fans of role-playing games in general as one of the greatest games of all time. Not only that, it's often referred to as the best Ultima game of all time. I can't comment on that because I've only beaten Ultima IV, and I've played Ultima VII on and off the past couple of years. I'm actually going to restart it later on this year and review it. But from my experiences so far, I will say this: Ultima VII has an incredible amount of depth and atmosphere. There is a lot of content in this game, and the way the characters have different personalities and the way you interact with the world, it's really one of the best when it comes to writing and things that define a role-playing game. The basics like character interaction, writing, different characters having different personalities. It's definitely one of the best, and it's a hallmark when it comes to role-playing games. And I have to mention this: the Guardian is pretty badass. Just look at him. And I think some of us younger gamers forget that back in the day, there were a lot of technical limitations, and developers had to rely on their creativity and their vivid imaginations, the power of words, and a vibrant, immersive atmosphere. They had to do a lot because they didn't have these fancy 3D, immersive, fantastic graphics. So they really had to rely on making an atmosphere, making the game so immersive that the player can imagine himself in that world. Because look at some of these graphics with some of the older games. They weren't anything special in today's terms, or a lot of them were stick figures or just something with a little bit of color. And especially with the role-playing games, they had to deliver a game with deep characters, an interesting immersive story, and writing. They had to make a game that was so strong, that left such a lasting impression on the player, that they imagined themselves in this world. So with that being said, if you don't know much about Ultima, or you don't know anything, if you haven't played Ultima 7, I recommend you do some research, maybe watch some Let's Plays or reviews, or just play some of the games. Try out Ultima 7 at the very least. I heard Ultima 7 was a good starting point into the series. My starting point was Ultima 4, but you can play Ultima 7. You can get it for cheap on GOG. You can get the complete edition with the expansion, the Serpent Isle, which I hear is a very good expansion. Now let me know what you think. If you have anything you want to say, you can leave a comment, you can message me on Twitter. You know how to get into contact with me. Have a great day.